Joining us now for reaction from Roanoke, Virginia, is Republican Congressman Bob Goodlatte. He's the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. We have a lot to get to, Congressman, on these text messages disappearing, the secret society, all of it. I want to get you first on this issue of chain migration, because I hear a lot from Democrats about how Republicans are now anti-family, Congressman. But as you saw with that very difficult to read graphic, we are resettling huge populations into the United States, not based on merit, but based on distant family relatives.
Absolutely, and they're not even going to be reunified in any short period of time, because the amount of the length of the waiting list is so long that there's no real family reunification. Our bill allows the immediate family, the spouse and minor children, to come into the United States. And that is very important for families. But these extended families do not benefit the United States in the sense that a merit-based system would, where people come here based upon education, job skills, job offers, and training. That's what we need in our economy, not people who are coming here based upon random needs for our country. And
it's 400,000.
Visa lottery is even more ridiculous.
No, it's preposterous. It's 400,000 plus people every year coming in on this extended family chain migration. 400,000. It is a complete scandal. I want to move to what's happening with these revelations about the FBI, the disappearing text messages. Of course, now the understanding from an informant that there was a secret society discussed in text messages. I'm not sure what secrets they were talking about, but it doesn't sound too good to me. Specifically, the text messages, Congressman. Joe DeGenevis said on my radio show that the NSA has every text message, that we can get those text messages if need be. What do you know about that?
We should search every place to find them, because I think they still exist in some form somewhere. I'm pleased that Attorney General Sessions has made a commitment to investigate this and find them, but we should also undertake whether there is some way to gather them from some other source. It is very important, but even the text messages we have are alarming, and the secret society just harks back to the text we saw before in December talking about the insurance policy. What has been going on in that 5-month period of time? Well, we know one thing for sure, and that is that these people hostile to the president have not been conducting themselves in a manner that befits the Federal Bureau of Investigation.
How does anyone have faith in the integrity of this investigation, Congressman, when we hear that in December, we heard all text messages had been turned over, correct? On December 13th, Congress was told you have them all between Strzok and Page, and a number of others as well. Then you guys just learned, oops, we actually didn't give you 5 months, critical time period of text messages. And now we find out secret society. We find out, that all these people donating to Democrats, connected to the old administration. How does the average person think the FBI isn't cooking the books here? And I love so many of the agents, but at the upper levels of the FBI.
Well, there is no question that there are several people in headquarters that we have a tremendous amount of questions for, and we'll be some of them we've already interviewed. Some of them will be calling back for further questioning. Undoubtedly, that will include former Director Comey. It also is very true, as you say, that the overwhelming majority of the FBI works hard every day to keep us safe, to combat terrorism, to find and convict criminals. This is an organization that is the premier law enforcement in the world, and it is getting besmirched by a few people, and they need to clean house there. And Director Wray has been told that by a number of people.
Do you have full faith? And I'm
disappointed that we haven't seen that.
Do you have full faith in Director Wray right now?
I think Director Wray needs to show some leadership in terms of responding to the fact that there is a crisis in the headquarters of the FBI and changes need to be made, and he could show that leadership right now.
Well, why do you think Andrew McCabe is still there after everything we've learned about him, the deputy FBI director? And apparently Jeff Sessions, according to reports, leaned on Wray to get rid of him, and Wray said, I'll quit. That's one report. I'll quit if he goes. Now, what's that all about? Is there no chain of command at the FBI that matters?
I don't know. I do understand that Mr. McCabe may be leaving very soon, and if that's the case, that's one step, but I think the director has more work to do.
And Congressman, before we let you go, the Mueller investigation seems to be very leaky over the last 24 hours. We learned that Jeff Sessions had been called to testify, Comey, on that they're looking to bring in the president to testify on his firing of Comey and perhaps other matters. Concerns about the leaks coming out of this very high-profile, very important investigation when the president seems to be getting good news on other fronts, such as the government shutdown.
Oh, it's very concerning. And this is not a huge organization, so you would think that if you're operating an unbiased, impartial, and effective investigation, you would have a control over something as basic as leaks by the relatively small number of people who are doing that work for the special counsel.
Yeah. Well, it just indicates, again, there's an animus toward the president, and they're only leaking stuff for the most part that is negative toward the president. And otherwise, you'd see leaks of all types. But, Congressman, thanks for staying on this issue for us. We'll check back with you soon. We really appreciate it.